I'm at the show. Yeah, I'm moving around, like, doing my thing in there. I keep telling people I like the fact that YB don't got no friends. I don't really be bumping into nobody at his shows, honestly. I did see Mano in Brooklyn, but, it was cool. But I didn't even know I was standing next to Lala the whole time. Like Lala look a little bit different in person, at least from what I remember her looking at. I haven't seen her online recently. I ain't even go Google her. But yeah, there ain't really much rappers in there. Like Richard Kid was there. Oh, I did bump into Jay Critch too. Like Jay Critch, me and Jay Critch took a picture. But remember, we squashed our shit on stream. But so yesterday, yeah, I'm there, I'm just moving around, blah blah. Every time, like, I ain't gonna lie, Birdman rock with me, and I rock with him. He's a cool dude. So usually when he pull up in his bus, I go tap in with him. We chop it up a little bit, whatever. And because I let Vlad meet him, right? So I'm like, I introduce him, whatever. That's on stream. But then I go to the show because I could hear YB's show is starting. The reason why I go, because I've seen the show a bunch of times now. So really, I be just there to kick it with niggas, you feel me? But I'm with Vlad, so I'm like, yo, let me bring him that he could see the show. The real reason that I wanted to bring Vlad there, and again, I want to thank the NBA team. When I did tell him, I was like, yo, Vlad's coming. Is he valid? Is he cool? And they're like, yo, he's good. Like, he's your guest. We're going to take care of him. Like, they showed him so much respect that Vlad thought I was the boss. Vlad's like, damn, yo, these niggas rolling out the red carpet. Like, everybody came and met him, from all of the managers for YB, all of the younger artists. And shit, even Lil Tim came over showing respect and everything, So, yeah. I want Vlad to get the experience because I feel like I know YB don't fuck with mad media niggas, but sometimes when I'm talking about how big of an artist he is, people don't get it. Because a lot of these media dudes, they're not going to a Youngboy show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the youngest media dude, but I'm probably the youngest media dude that's in the fucking realm of these are the concerts I like going to. You get what I'm saying? Or these are the artists I'm checking for. So when I'm usually speaking to a Vlad and I'm telling him about the impact of like Youngboy, like he doesn't get it. He wouldn't get it because he's never been there. Like he haven't really seen it. And he's comparing it to other artists. So I wanted him to come see it. And so I'm like, yo, Vlad, let's go watch the show. Because I want him to see like the fans there be the way they operate for YB is different from even respectfully 2C, Offset, or even everybody else on the lineup. Them niggas is drones for YB. It's just like a tidal wave in there. So we go in there. I told Stunner, that's Birdman, I say, yo, because every time he come up, we be side stage, we be drinking on this, just watching the show. I'm like, yo, I'm going to see you when you come out because Birdman's on his own time. So we go there, we're watching the show, we're watching on the side. The security and them, and like the police over there, they're like, yo, because I guess I don't know how people got in there, but right there in front of the stage, nobody's supposed to be. So they're like, yo, could y'all just go on that riser real quick to the side? We gonna kick everybody out that because we know Birdman and you and some of his management team and like his and Youngboy invited guests. We need them to be here. So I go over to the side, but I'm also waiting for Birdman to come. I see Birdman, and pause on that. I see Birdman walk in. I'm like, oh shit, Birdman. Because, again, we watch the show together most of the time, I'm walking down there, but I'm like, because I'm on the rise, I'm like, oh, shit. I even went in front of my security. I'm like, oh, shit, let me go tap in with Birdman real quick. We about to watch the show. As soon as I walk down, I see Jim Jones. Now, I'm going to keep it a being with y'all. And again, I'm only speaking from my perspective. And y'all know, like, when I be telling these stories, I don't never be hyping nothing, right? Like, I think I'm pretty fair. I was walking quickly to get to Birdman. But right behind Birdman was Jim Jones. Jim Jones had brought his mom there. I didn't even realize he brought his mom. Like Mama Jones, he brought his mom there. So I'm walking mad quickly. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I think the way Jim seen it was like I'm walking up on him. I swear. Like, cause I'm walking mad quick. And so so I see Birdman and I see Jim Jones. And I'm like, oh shit, Jim, what up? Now let me tell you the history with me and Jim. I don't know if in history. I did an interview with Kanye West. Kanye West said he gave Jim Jones $2 million and he was mad that Jim Jones couldn't make him a PDF. Okay, that went viral. Jim was trying to get some buzz at the time. Jim, I don't know how it, like through an intermediary hits me to say, yo, I want to do an interview responding to Ye. It never happened, but while setting it up, Jim says to me, yo, we should probably get on the phone because, I just want to make sure we good, right? That happens with mad artists, chat. Like, sometimes the artists want to talk to you before getting on set with you because they don't know if you about to just ask them some federal shit or whatever. So that's valid with me. It's all cool. So that's the last thing I know about anything with me and Jim Jones, right? Cool. So now, so when I see Jim Jones, I'm like, oh, Jim, what up? And Jim, what up back at me is a different type of what up. He's like, nigga, what up? And I'm like, whoa. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if it's how I walked up because I walked up like OG3, nigga. Remember, you saw OG3 walked up with me? I walked up, but I was just walking quickly to get to Birdman. Whatever. So anyway, that happened. I'm like, damn. I'm like, first of all, I'm going to give Jim his credit. Jim was the oldest YN in the building, but he was on YN timing. I'm going to keep it a bean. I ain't no liar. Jim, I just Googled his age. Jim 49. Jim was the oldest YN up in the building there, but he was on YN timing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you could tell. Jim, and I said to myself, I said, maybe it's because of the Youngboy concert. Everybody a little bit aggressive here. Cool. So anyway, no, all right. So that happened. Yo, it's so hilarious. There's still a couple people because the cops and security ain't clear everybody out yet. Yo, Birdman security, they did some like presidential shit, nigga. They created a big ass crop circle in the side stage and they just grabbed a chair and put it down and Birdman's sitting on the chair like this while there's mad space around him, but everybody bunched up all over the place. Birdman like this. Super gangster. Birdman comfortable as hell. Anyway, so at this point, I see Jim. He a little bit over to the stage. Well, not to the stage, but he kind of like a little bit over to the side, where the side of the stage. So I'm like, again, I'm thinking he's cool. Even though the walk-up was a little crazy, right? But I was starting to think, I'm like, oh shit, he probably thought I was like walking up on him. So let me just have a regular conversation with him. So I go over to say, yo, Jim, we gotta get up and we gotta go do the interview. That's what I'm like, we gotta go do the interview. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know if it's because Youngboy was on stage, Jim Jones turned to a YN on me. I swear. Jim Jones was like, yo, hold on, let me holler at you, man. Let me holler at you. And you know when the nigga just start to be a little bit more vigilant, I'm like, is he okay now? Jim is like, yo, listen, man, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, all right, what up, what's good? He's like, yo. Now, he was taking a second to kind of get out his point, but this was his point. And I was trying to like do the whole quoting thing, but he he kept asking questions like, yo, do y'all think the shit y'all do online is cool? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm kind of confused, honestly. I'm legit confused. And I know some people are going to be like, no, Accurate playing dumb, but I'm kind of confused because I'm also trying to figure out what it could be, right? And I didn't get too much info out of him, but he mentioned 6ix9ine. He said, whatever 6ix9ine. Then he's like, yo, y'all gotta know, it ain't safe when niggas is playing with me like that. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, what the fuck do I? So I kept trying to ask him, I said, what me and 6ix9ine gotta do with you? Or what I gotta do with if you and 6ix9ine got something? Now, granted, chat, I keep telling you, rappers are the best at, if they can't find the person they don't like, someone else inherits. So it's like Dave Free seeing me, and Dave Free saying, yo, well, I'll never see Drake ever in life, so let me tell you why I'm mad at Drake. Okay, cool. I guess Jim Jones is like, he's mad at 6ix9ine? And I was thinking, I'm like, yo, is he mad at, like, how is he mad at 6ix9ine and coming at me? Y'all two were 9 Trey Bloods. I was never a 9 Trey Blood, and I don't want to be one. If y'all got a problem, and here's the thing, I was thinking about their issue a little bit more. when 6ix9ine was a 9 Trey blood, Jim knew about it before everybody got locked up. He could have prevented this by trying to do some whatever he had to do then. 6ix9ine gets locked up with some of the 9 Trey dudes, tells on the 9 Trey dudes, and then afterwards, 6ix9ine is still clowning because 6ix9ine like wearing that rat sleeve. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't care. But anyway, that happened. I was trying to see because usually me, I'm one of them people. I talk I have that conversation. I know some of y'all again after that handshake and even that energy, I could have just said, I'm gonna just leave him over there, nigga. I walked up. I thought we could have a conversation. He just wasn't trying to have a conversation. So he was just like, yo, man, I ain't trying to have no conversation. I ain't trying to have no conversation. He's like, listen, man, just enjoy the show. Just enjoy the show. Just enjoy the show. And I'm like, okay. Then he's like, yo, he said something like, yo, and if anybody got a problem with me, they can let me know. I'm like, all right. Anyway, Jim was on his YN energy, man. I'm hoping he was just in a, maybe an upset frame of mind for that time, but I don't know. Then everybody else tells me, they're like, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's exactly how Jim is. He's usually pretty angry. So, whatever. The only thing that I could really think about, obviously 6ix9ine's been saying whatever about Jim Jones, right? They're both in a gang, right? I'm a media nigga. If Jim Jones says something about 6ix9ine, I'm posting it. If 6ix9ine says something about Jim Jones, I'm posting that too. That is what it is. I was thinking maybe it was this clip. I was thinking it was this clip. I think we posted it. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was the clip where 6ix9ine did the podcast with Charleston White and Steiny, and he talked about Mel Matrix, right? Because again, he wouldn't tell me exactly what it is, but I felt like it was over some 9 Trey blood shit. That's what I'm saying. Jim Jones is still moving around like a YN, bro. Let me see. I don't know. I think I did post it though. Y'all know what clip I'm talking about? Basically, 6ix9ine is clowning, and he's like, yo, he was like, yo, Mel Matrix got let out of jail, and Jim Jones picked him up from a train station or something like that. Let me see if I'll probably find it on Twitter. I thought we posted it. But if not, that's the only thing I could think of because I watch all 6ix9ine interviews. That's the only thing I could think about recently with Jim Jones and 6ix9ine. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really give a damn like that. 6ix9ine and Jim Jones. Here we go. We'll probably find a clip right here. Let's see. But I'm telling you, that nigga was heated. I didn't even know. I think this is it.
24 hours to respond. Time to show his bank account. One of the grandfathers of 9 Trey blood just came home. Mel murder. You seen that?
Yeah, Jim Jones ran up on him all that, yeah.
When he ran up on him, where did he run up on him? Where he was at?
Harlem, wasn't he?
Nope. At a train station. All New Yorkers, play this video back right here. Put it right here while I'm talking. A grandfather, a high-ranking blood member came home early because they gave him 11 years. He came home at 6. And the federal penitentiary explained that. But listen, put the video right here. Mel murder came home.
I got to think this is it, right? Because I'm thinking anything otherwise. I know somebody in a chat that has more time to research is probably going to be like, accurate, plain stupid. I'm not plain stupid, my nigga. I'm really trying to, I know 6ix9ine's been saying stuff about him. I don't give a damn about Jim Jones. I really, you know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, I'm covering NBA Youngboy. There's the only time I cover Jim Jones was when he was clout chasing off Nas, right? But, when him and Cam go back and forth. Because I think that's unfortunate, but I think it's entertaining. Other than that, I'm not covering Jim Jones every day. And usually I don't have an opinion about Jim Jones. You know what I mean?
And he met him at a train station with no money, no chain.
So I got to think it's this. And I did talk to Wack about it. And Wack was like, yo, he mentioned me? I'm like, nah, he didn't mention you. But I know Wack has been saying a lot of stuff about Jim Jones. Like, yo, Jim Jones fucking cooperated or whatever. Or I think it's the wiretaps. But other than that, by the way, it's the first time I met Jim Jones, so I never met him before. Other than that, I can't remember anything.
He gave him a little ass chain.
But this would kind of validate the reason, because these gang guys really take their gang politics shit serious. And this guy here is like the leader of like 9 Trey, right? So like he was the head guy. So these guys are in, well, I don't know if he's in anymore, but 6ix9ine clowning him, I could see how Jim would get upset. You feel me?
Like 2 days later, he met him at a train station. He made him take the Metro North for all my New Yorkers. He put him, give me a train at Penn Station. He met him, he didn't even pick him up at the prison. He picked him up at a train. He made him take a train with that big garbage bag. When you real and you take your time, your homies pick you up. They make you take the train with your bag like this. Look. Once this interview come out, Mel Murder got 24 hours to respond. Time to show his bank account. I don't want to see cash that niggas give him, but like, yo, post it so he can look dumb. Show your bank account. Show the money you got in your bank for being a real nigga, not telling. I want to see your bank account. I want to see 24 hours within this interview come out, because everybody gonna send it to you. I want to see your bank account with some cash in it. Your reward. Don't show me cash like this, like that niggas gave you. Like, I give it back after the video's done. There's no reward.
Anyway, so I gotta think it's this video, right? Because I don't think he's been talking about it recently, or it might just be overall that 6ix9ine told. Now, again, and I know I'm trying to battle the people who are going to be the comments like Accurate playing dumb. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's not what I've done. It's like, nigga, that's your man, 6ix9ine, and you post this shit, and nigga, we don't fuck with that nigga. Now, the only thing, and I guess my response to Jim is, listen, there's a couple things. In that moment, I could see why Jim's career is where it is. If that's the approach you take with niggas, like that super tough, like that felt like some 90s shit, right? Like some, yo, I'm like super gangster, right? I could see why in moments like that, people have those interactions with you and they're like, I'm good off you. Because in reality, if you're not a hot musician, niggas don't got to deal with you. That's the reality, right? Then number 2, like I remember watching him and Cam, and I was like, I felt like I was understanding both points, but Cam to me was just kind of like winning that discussion by a long shot. And what kind of made me, like that interaction made me realize, I'm like, I don't think Jim kind of understand the internet. There's a couple type of niggas that I feel don't understand the internet. And maybe it's because they're caught up in their own image or whatever, or maybe they just, but they're all on the internet. Like Meek. I don't think Meek understands the internet. Like, I don't think, like I always go back to that time when I'm like, they're telling me that they can't understand why niggas would be laughing at them during the Drake beef. And I'm like, bro, it's the internet. Like, they're going to, like, there's a bad day for everybody and everybody gonna get on you. That's how it is. And they couldn't be like, nah, the real niggas real niggas don't do that. And I'm like, bro, it's the internet. You get what I'm saying? I think Jim is one of those people too. I don't think he understands the internet. So he's upset at Tekashi, I would imagine, because Tekashi said stuff. You're not saying nothing back. Doing in person, like, yo, son, yo, I ain't with that shit. That's cool, but the only way to defeat the internet, unless you're genuinely unbothered, is to respond to some of these things. That's how it goes. And I kind of realized that with the Cam thing, when Cam would know how to use humor, laughter, storytelling, you know, Cam is on a show to explain his differences with Jim Jones. Jim Jones, every time he would talk about it, would just seem mad, like upset, like, yeah, nigga, like it just seemed like, okay. So anyway, that was it. But you know, we stood like in a close vicinity of each other and watched the show, and then, you know, he took his mom to take a picture with Youngboy and everything was cool. But yeah, it was a little bit odd. I was like, all right, yo, Jim Jones came in here, and I don't know what song was playing. But I'm like, yo, Jim Jones, he might as well had on a green flag and like a shiesty, like, yo, he's on YN timing. Yo, he was just like one of these niggas at the show. But it's all good. Love to Jim. I figure I pray you and 6ix9ine work out whatever y'all got going on. But for the record, I will still be posting what 6ix9ine says. Bro, y'all none of y'all can bully me into be like, nah, oh, my bad, I ain't gonna be posting. No, y'all all got mouths. Pause. If you say something, I will post it. If he says something, I will absolutely post it. Okay? And I've been that way for forever. Listen, I'm at YB Show damn near every night, and I posted what Dirk said about him back in the day. And I post what he said about Dirk. And me and Dirk listen, I'm not, yeah, you know. You're not going to censor me by out-toughing me, okay? But respect to Jim. Last night, yo, I'm telling you, the police was running around backstage. I was wondering what the fuck is going on. So, I seen this video.